Hello everyone and welcome to Frenchies on the Go's first English dubbed video. It's an absolute pleasure to finally be able to speak to you, thanks to the new AI translation and voiceover tools. And if you're wondering why I'm not speaking to you with my own voice, it's just because I'm French, and my accent is, well, let's say it sounds better in my head. Without further ado, let's jump in today's topic and see how a cruise on the MSC Fantasia looks like. Join us as we sail from Genoa, Italy, to Marseille, France, and then Barcelona, Spain. Finally, we will enjoy a full day at sea. I will also show you our balcony cabin, and we'll have a quick look at MSC's first class, aka the Yacht Club. The MSC Fantasia is a well-loved ship that was built back in 2008. Still, she does not have all the modern features and latest amenities. So I was genuinely wondering if she would still hold to today's standards of the cruise industry. Boarding in Genoa was extremely simple. We embarked in less than 30 minutes. It was early in the afternoon when we finally had our first glance at the interior of the ship. The atrium is a 3-story tall space which has a nice comfy vibe. It recalls of old-fashioned mixed with more modern style, and the mix of both works quite well. As you can see, the ship was decorated for the upcoming Halloween. On our first impression, the ship looked well maintained and quite gorgeous. I was eager to see if the rest of it was alike. Like the rest of you, the first tour of the ship is one of my favorite part. And as it was early, we decided to take a look around. Wandering along the many venues on board, we were happy to see that the ship showed no sign of negligence whatsoever. Everything was like new and there was no way you could tell it was already 15 years old. The afternoon went quite well, but it seemed that something was missing. We suddenly realized that we had forgotten to eat. That was the only excuse we needed to rush to deck 14, where the main buffet stood. The huge restaurant was quite still at this time, and we had plenty of choice to sit, and far more choice on what to eat. On every ship, the buffet is the one place where you know you won't get out of the cruise thinner than when you went on. There you can take every meal from the morning to the evening. Even if the quality is not as good as in the main restaurant or the specialty restaurants, I must admit that on the Fantasia, it was quite good nonetheless. You have a vast choice of pizzas, meat, fish, noodles, vegetables and desserts, and if you are there on embarkation day, you may even catch a piece of the Sailaway cake. You can walk in whenever you want, grab a piece of food and bring it to the pool or to your room. It's up to you. It's not the fanciest restaurant on the ship, but it's definitely the most convenient. Beware of the crowd if you there in the morning or at noon, but in the evening, it's really quiet, as almost everyone else is at the main restaurant. Anyway, once our bellies were full, we were told that our cabin was ready and our luggage had arrived. So we headed straight to deck 12 to discover our home for the next few days. The good thing was that MSC upgraded us for no apparent reason. I had initially booked an ocean view cabin, only to discover that we were granted a balcony, just a few weeks prior to the cruise. It was a nice surprise, though I still don't know why we had that chance. The balcony cabin on the Fantasia looks very much like what you can expect when you have cruised at least once. It's composed of a narrow entrance, which leads to a small bathroom. There, you'll find the shower and the toilets. It's not big, but it was large enough for us. However, it may feel a little tight for someone who's heavy-weighted. The room has a large king-size bed which is very comfortable. We slept very well during the cruise and felt always well rested in the morning. You will also find a small couch which can turn into a bed for a third person. The small table is quite handy if you have a drink inside, it's like a small living room. Finally, you will find a small desk with a mirror, a mini cooler and some USB sockets. However, the ship is quite old, so you won't find USBs near to the bed, which can be inconvenient if you need to charge many devices at one time. Last but not least, you will enjoy your balcony, with a big nice window that lets the light enter the room. There you will discover each morning your new destination, while watching the relaxing sea with a drink on a beautiful day at sea. As we were on deck 12, we had no noisy venues upside or downside. So the cabin was a nice cozy retreat we knew we would enjoy. It was almost 6 p.m., which meant that the ship would soon leave port. You must know, if you're the kind of person who enjoys a somehow funny party, that you will find on the top deck of the ship the Sailaway party. It's a nice way to begin the cruise, as people gather with the crew to dance and cheer while the ship leaves. You may also see other ships leaving. In Genoa, we had the chance to see 2 other MSC ships sailing away. And off we sailed to the great big Mediterranean Sea, leaving Italy on our way back to France. It may surprise you, but even as a French person, I had never been to Marseille. So I was quite curious to see how the city would feel to me. As the night came, we settled for one last cocktail in the lovely Transatlantico bar, which is amongst my favorite on board. After eating once again in the buffet, we were ready to enjoy one good night of sleep, as the sea around us plunged in darkness, and left us under a veil of stars. I hope you enjoyed this first video about our cruise on MSC's Fantasia. Please like, comment and subscribe, so you won't miss our next video, where we will visit Marseille, enjoy the pools and hot tubs on board, before leaving off to Barcelona. Thanks for watching.